He's got to still do it in a UCL final. He's got to still do it in a UCL final. And Pape still wants that smoke. Okay, so two things. Needs to do it in the UCL final, and Pape still wants that smoke. Let me start at the beginning, because I have to address this. You know, it makes no sense for me not to address. So let's start at the beginning. There were guys, who showed me clips of Rashford when he was young, and I was like, this guy has something. But similar to Vinny, similar to Benzema, I can't judge a guy based on, I know what he can do. I can only judge a guy by what I see. And what I saw from Rashford was a guy that lacked any football intelligence, lacks a football brain, horrendous decision-making, and once every blue moon would score a winning goal against a Liverpool or so forth. But there was no consistent evidence for talent that existed in Rashford. So I was like, no, this guy's garbage. And I felt offended that people even put him in the same existence as the prodigy. And I was like, no, this dude here, he'll never be world class. And this is where things get scary. I was convinced that the player that I saw pre-Ten Hag, this guy's never going to be world class. At best, he may be one of the best players in the EPL. That's why people come for me. Rooney was never world class for me. He's easily an EPL legend, one of the best players in the Premier League. Rooney was never a world class talent. Okay, he's one of the best players in the world. Never. So for Rashford, I thought, okay, no, you'll just be the best you can be is one of the best players in the EPL, but you can never be a world class player. So, and I believe this, and you can pull up the receipts and so forth. I fully stand by that. Coaching is important, guys. Coaching is really important. You can be the most talented player in the world. If you don't get given the right instructions, the right guidance, the right management, and you don't get put in the right situation, all that potential talent you have goes to waste. So maybe he just didn't really vibe with Ragnarok. He didn't really vibe with Ole. He didn't really vibe with Mourinho. And he didn't really vibe with these guys. And it takes nothing away from those managers because, well, let's be okay, Ole and Ragnarok. But it takes nothing away from Mourinho. Mourinho is still the greatest manager of all time. And always will be. But nobody is perfect. And I think Mourinho has always been a guy who he says what's up to older players. So he's a guy where, give me the finished article, I'll give you a treble. I'm not going to improve the 21-year-old. I'm not going to improve the 24-year-old. Similar to Vinny and Zidane. Because let's be real, as good as Zidane was, what was Zidane's success? Zidane's success was with a team that was already ready-made. But Benitez couldn't say what's up. But he was like, boom, everyone is ready-made. Just need that's magician's touch. They didn't need the touch of a goat, of a horseman, to really get them that three-piece of UCL titles. But Zidane, tell me guys, maybe I'm wrong. Zidane, I don't think has ever improved a player, a young player. Now with Mourinho, it's funny because someone just sent me a DM. Have you seen Cristiano's stats under Mourinho? So apart from, let's say, Cristiano, I don't think there's really a lot of evidence of Mourinho really improving younger players. So Ten Hag has now come in, and here's the thing with Ten Hag. Look, man, I mean, what this guy has done in his first season is amazing. And I didn't think that he would be able to have such a positive effect on United in his first season, specifically after the first two games. So the Ten Hag narrative is outstanding because, let's be real, they three-piece not going for it. What's going to happen? So let's just be real. We're seeing a United Newcastle final next month. So he could potentially win his first trophy next month, still in the FA Cup. Okay, we don't know about that. And who knows about the Europa League? Because that's going to be an awesome game against Barcelona next month. So what Ten Hag has done with this team is amazing. And Ten Hag is getting all the W's. So you can say he's getting all the wins and all the women as well. Who knows? Both people are sexy. But the team is functional. And this is the most functional, effective-looking United team I've seen probably since Fergie. Let's just be real. In terms of a team that looks like, oh, these guys can win a trophy, this actually looks like an actual team that is fully functional, that knows what they're doing. The chemistry is popping off. I'm not seeing United this cohesive since Fergie, because Mourinho fits and starts here and there, Van Gaal, but this shows like, oh, this is not like it. This is a team now that is now growing and improving. I can see the DNA of something building here. So with Rashford, I just think that Ten Hag has just been a coach who's been able to be like, oh, I know what to do with this kid. I know what to tell him in training. And I think the things that he's been told by previous managers has obviously not gotten the best out of him. Because you see, we don't see what happens in training. And there are different kinds of managers. You have coaches, you have man managers, you have tacticians. You see, Zidane is a great man manager. Great. Mourinho, Tuchel are awesome tacticians. Fergie is a rarity because Fergie was Fergie tactician, no. Fergie was an amazing man manager and a top coach. The reason why we have Cristiano and what he is because of Fergie. Fergie pretty much won a treble with a few bombs. Neville was a bomb. Neville, Nicky, but these guys were from the road. Bex was from the road. So he got a bunch of fruit sellers and won trophies with fruit sellers. So that just shows you the kind of coach that Fergie was. He made a 50% look like a 90%. But with the Ten Hag, I think what he's done is, Rashford was always talented. He just needed the right guidance and the right coach. Vinny was always talented. He just needed the right guidance and the right coach under him, which is what Carlo is. So I think, what we're seeing from Rashford is 1,000% is benefits of coaching, because you're always seeing Ten Hag in a training ground saying to Rashford, no, you need to do this. These are the runs you need to make. This is where you need to be. This is where you need to stand. Because see, when you look at Ajax, that's coaching, because you have to understand where Ten Hag is coming from. There's a spine that Arteta, Ten Hag, and Pep all belong to. That is the Rinus Michels spine. That comes from the 70s of Rinus Michels and Cruyff from the Dutch team of the 70s. That's core. That is of the total football of the 70s. Part of that branch and spine includes Arteta, includes Pep, and now includes Ten Hag. They're all part of that spine. So, and that spine is about coaching. And the thing about that thing is you either get with the program or you're out. And that is what the issue with Cristiano was. Because Ten Hag, from day one, he knew that from viewing Cristiano, he ain't it. Viewing training, viewing the tape, this ain't it. I think for Rashford, he was like, there is something here. I don't know what all these managers didn't say. There is something here. He just needs to be told X, Y, and Z. And the previous manager didn't tell me X, Y, and Z. So what we're seeing from Rashford, because this is real now, because this guy is consistently getting goals, consistently getting important goals. And this guy is consistently being a real problem in almost every game that he's playing with. And once you have this, and this guy is now fit, and so forth, this could be an interesting season. Hence why I can't wait for that Barcelona game. Because that Barca game is going to be a pretty damn amazing game. I really can't wait. Guys, Europa League lives. So, do I owe Rashford an apology? No. Because what it was, same thing as why I don't owe Vinny an apology here. So, but you know what? Maybe half an apology. Because I stand by calling Rashford a fruit seller years before. But what I should have known being the GOAT analyst is maybe he just has bad coaching. And if he was 28, 29, you can't do that. But if you're young, because he was young under Mourinho, he was young under these guys. If you're a young guy coming through, I've got to say that, I've got to say, you may need right coaching. Because I'm always going to give you that leeway as a young player that you may not have the right coaching and guidance. For an older player, no. You can't use that as an excuse. So I just think that for Ten Hag, 100% has been a major part of Rashford doing what it was. Now, same thing with Sterling and Pep. As a player, you have to do the work. You have to go out and play. You've got to go out on the pitch and execute. But I think Ten Hag has obviously given him the right instructions, the right foundation, and the right guidance for him to be like, this is the Rashford that a lot of guys were saying, hey, this is why this guy is so good. So, yeah, man, Rashford, man, it's real. Like this, I'm like, wow, he's actually a player now. And now, if he continues on this trajectory, if he keeps on playing, we may have to call him the Ford. So, the Ford Fiat, if the Ford Fiat keeps going on this way, the Ford Fiat, bro, maybe with a whole different world. Remember, very soon, when Messi is gone, Neymar is gone, Cristiano is gone, this is now the Musiala, the Pedri, the Gavi era right now. And if he continues on this trajectory, maybe, I'm not saying for sure, maybe we may actually say, could he actually end up being world class? I still don't know yet. He still needs to ball in the UCL final. But at the moment, it's looking at it. Hit that subscribe button over there, guys, for other football content. And if you're a member, hit that good stuff over there, man. Peace off.